Here for Northern Michigan, we have Roberts, Crockford, and Wiggins on the forward group, and Winnikins and Vach on D. Here for the Cougars, as the puck drops, we have Welch, Cook, and Young on the forward group, Dolly and Maxfield on defense, Gottschall in net for the Cougars, and in net for the Wildcats, it is Perigee on your left side. Here joining me tonight is from our crew. He is going to be helping us throughout the season. Right now, he's sitting next to me with a headset on. His name is Landon. He is an SIUE mass communication student. Landon, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great, Sam. And to all the sports fans at home, it truly is an honor to be on the airwaves, to be right here, right now. And I truly am very appreciative of this moment.
All right, Landon, we're excited to have you here. The Cougars taking it in the offensive zone, and a good chance there out in front. A good pass, couldn't quite connect. And now the Wildcats will take it out. Good step, pumping it right on goal. That's blocker to the back wall. Picked up by Vach. Vach trying to escape his own zone. Tries to chip it ahead. The Cougars don't really let that fly. Now they'll turn it around. That's Nathan Young. Young puts pressure. This one's picked up by Cook. Cook out in front. Young turns it around. Yep. They score! The Cougars are on the board! Looked like Nathan Young to me. Off a good play by Cook, who just stepped up. Got on the forecheck. Let me turn it over to my partner there. Ethan, what'd you think of that goal?
Great goal by a great guy. First-year guy. Couldn't be happier for him. Bad turnover by Northern Michigan. Trying to get out of their zone there.
That is one that they were going to want back. Well, they're going to try to respond here. They dump it in.
They left Younger completely alone in front of the net. He had two chances at it. Got it on the rebound.
Gotcha. What a save for the young netminder. Now a slap shot attempt. That one doesn't go anywhere. That shot came from Vach. And the Wildcats will battle behind the goal. SIUE trying to escape with the puck. Players going out of here. That's Rhines. Gives him an extra shove on his way to the bench, letting him know he's there. Rhines is a big fella. I would not want to get into it with that guy. Wildcats will dump it in. Gottschall stops it with a stick, lets his D-man take care of it. That's how you do it. Neutralize the forecheck here. Wildcats pressure at the blue line here. SIUE will just pick that up. That's a Dolly to regroup, take it behind his net. Looks for an exit zone. Turns it around, didn't like what he saw. Got a nice reaction from the fans there. Quite a few SIUE fans in the house, as I mentioned earlier. They seem pretty rowdy. They were up on their feet for that goal earlier, scored in the period. Icing waved off. Wildcats will reset. Northern Michigan finding neutral zone. Leading the charge is Jake Myron. And now we've got a stoppage. Looks like a penalty on your phone at this rink. Cougars win the draw. They can't clear it out, but they do now. Good effort there by Verhaar. Northern Michigan. They'll break out of their own zone. That's number 23, Jace Moore. Jace Moore dumps it in. Handled by Gottschall. Overplays it, though. Musgrove able to corral it. Now it's held. And looks like we have a hand pass.
Do much with it.
No, I would agree. It's just SIU's defense has been fantastic. They're just very aggressive, not giving Northern Michigan much room to operate at all. They'll start off again, trying to work in. Not much room there with Frank Rhines. He just pins him down, and Rhines will clear it back to the blue line. Northern Michigan controlling neutral ice, but can't quite cross in with a decisive play. Ooh, big hit there from the Cougars. No call. The ref disagrees, and now we have a penalty. I believe that one is zone a lot here with these penalty kills. They owned the first 5 minutes, but playing a man down sure goes to show the struggles that can lead on a strong starting team. Northern Michigan hasn't capitalized, though. They still hold on to a 1-0 deficit, but SIUE needs to find some mojo here. Wildcats can't quite enter the zone. Cougars chip it all the way back down. 15 remains in the penalty kill. 9:05 remains in the first period of the 2025-2026 season opener. For both squads here, these teams have 0-0 records, looking to try to get a good start on their young seasons. Battling in the Cougars' corner, They'll fling it around to the other side. That's Frank Rhines, who is out of the box now. Northern Michigan holding it in. Wildcats trying to set it up. Going to work. 3 Cougars against 2 Wildcats in the near corner, closest to us. Puck flies out. Chopped down here by number 23, Jace Moore, and thrown back in for a change. SIU will reset. That's Simon Maxfield, really left. Northern Michigan with the puck, trying to set it up. Pass too far out of the reach of Vach. He'll put a check on Musgrove as he dumps it into the Wildcat zone. Kruger trying to make a step around his man. That's Vach picking it up, carrying it around the net, and now on the far side of your screen, he is pressured by Verhaar. Verhaar gets a good chance, but he can't quite get control in front. Good defense there by the Wildcats. Verhaar's lost his stick now. Northern Michigan will take this opportunity to calm things down in their own zone. D-to-D pass. Now the walk into neutral ice and the dump. It was a split series of 1-1. Northern Michigan won the first game 5-3, and SIUE won the second game 6-4.
That's a crazy bounce.
Again,
off the glass here.
This arena has just got all of them.
Yeah, the stanchions have gotten me a couple times.
SIUE playing it into the corner. Cook tries to play it out. Young looking for his buddy there, Welch. Welch couldn't really get a stick on it. And now both teams will reset here. Welch makes a good hit there right in front of us. And the Wildcats will reset from their own zone.
Oh, risky pass.
Risky pass. Cougars will take it. That's Verhaar. Stepping up, Ferguson out there with support. And now Barrows. And a penalty called. This one will be against number 24 of the Cougars. And yes, that's Brock Barrows, if you're wondering. I have been impressed with Gottschall tonight. He has been absolutely outstanding with what he's faced. And his team has done well in front of him as well.
He's a great goalie. Great goalie and a great guy.
Northern Michigan forced to restart again in their own zone. They'll be heading up ice here. That's Caleb Reynolds. Reynolds manages to not get by the blue line, and I believe that was Simon Maxfield who chucks that one all the way back down. Now Jace Moore for the Wildcats. Feels like we've seen a quarterback almost every time go behind the goal, but they just can't seem to make it past this 45 field mark. They're stuck here. This blue line is like a wall for the Wildcats, and they are fighting to get past it. Cougars defense has done a great job in that manner.
They are really struggling to get set up in the zone.
They are. And you mentioned it earlier right as they did it, and Gottschall played it really well, though. Dump it in. Dump the puck in. That's how you really chase it down and put pressure. They just have not done that. Good stick here again. Another good stick. Back to back. This forces Perigee to come out of his crease. Gets all kinds of time and pressure. By the way, that stick was by Young for the Cougars. He knocked that puck out of the zone. Now it is even. We are back to 5-on-5. Wildcats managed to hold the puck in the zone. That's Hickson. Looking for support on the far wall. Battling here. That's Young now. Up in the battle, Nathan Young. Puck leaks free. They'll throw it around the goal. This gives the Cougars a chance to regroup. That's Lejeune. Throws it back to Frank Rhines, who throws it up the boards. And cleared out of harm's way. Oh, trying to spring Lejeune. A good look. But this one's called offside. At the end of the first, puck is about to drop. Cougars can't quite pull it away. Now they do. Simon Maxfield, the captain, will regroup. Joining me on air right now is Grant. He's a fellow MassCom student, fellow peer of myself, and also helping bring this broadcast live to your television tonight. Grant, how are you?
I'm feeling great.
Great. It's good to have you, Grant. He'll be chiming in here every so often. The Cougars a shot on goal. Can't quite get it. And now Dolly a shot. They score!
Oh!
Off the skate of a defender. And Jack Dolly has the Cougars with a power play goal.
Not even 30 seconds.
Minute and 30 seconds as my partners.
They were focused, quiet, reserved.
Well, they're using that focus here. They'll keep it dumped in, and good offensive pressure from the Cougars this first 5 minutes of the period. And a penalty called. Looks like it may be against, it will be against Michigan, excuse me. So the Wildcats will go back to the penalty box. Cougars capitalizing on a power play goal just earlier in this period. And we will see what the call is from the PA announcer. Looks like going to serve number 22. He has a holding. That's James D. Ryder. So James D. Ryder for the Wildcats will serve 2 minutes for holding. SIUE back on the power play. Didn't take him long to score with the first one at the start of this period. Now a shot. That one was from Maxfield with speed. Couldn't quite tell if that went off a defender, but it looks like it went wide. Dolly back to Maxfield. Doesn't like what he sees. Dolly, a shot. That one was just over the bar. Just high blocker side. Now the Cougars a shot again. This one's wide, and Dolly will collect on the near side. Simon Maxfield plays it over to his far wing. Now up high, mishandled though. I believe that's Ethan Cook trying to regain control, and Dolly can't hold it in. Simon Maxfield will regroup with the netminder back from the SIUE Cougars. Wyatt Gottschall sets it up there for his captain. And now Maxfield will carry it up ice. Maxfield to Cook. Cook crosses the line. Cook looking into the slot. Plays it back. Now Dolly. Dolly a shot, and that was a good save there by Perrigy. Dolly looking for action here, though. He doesn't like the end of that whistle. Well, gonna share some jabs, maybe some words. But at the end of the day, they'll head back to the bench, and the faceoff will be just to the left of Perrigy. 1 minute and 4 seconds remaining on the penalty kill here for the Wildcats. The score is still 2-0. Your television tonight is a big thanks to Tim Miller. So thank you, Tim and Natalie, an amazing crew that we have here, organized by Teresa Pauley. She was mentioned earlier by my partner Grant.
They hit the ref again.
So a huge shout out to our crew. Good save here by Gottschall. He covers it up. Outstanding stop again, jumping right on top of it. Faceoff will be back at his right. But as I was saying, I also want to give a huge shout out to my crew. Just an amazing crew that we have here, running our graphics, running camera, and also sitting around with support and a good time. So thank you to all who can make this possible here on the Cougar Sports Network live on Prepcast. SIUE trying to battle. Now it's out in front, all alone, and a save off the toe of Gottschall. What a stop. He stopped it from the stick of Adam Wiggins. Now the play will be behind the goal. 4 players battling it, 2 apiece for each team. Out in front and a tip. Oh, it doesn't go on goal directly. It's hit off a stick. Lost in the slot. Turnaround shot. Still lost in the slot. No one can get a handle on it. And now it's calmly collected by Maxfield. Maxfield plays it to West. West looking for an escape here. Can't quite get out. Good pressure here by number 34, Jack Roberts for the Wildcats. He is having a great shift. Most offensive push of the period and probably the game here for Northern Michigan. Cuts, good forecheck, dumps it in, goes off for a change. SIUE gets a full bench change here, and the Wildcats will look for a spring pass. Can't quite get it. That's Adam Wiggins. Wiggins hands it over to the Cougars, and now off of the foot of a forward, and now it's dumped in. Here we go. Henning gets that one into the far corner, and Northern Michigan will play it around. Far pass. This one to Wiggins. Wiggins will skate it up, loses it in his feet, re-corrals it, throws it up high, and gloved down by Gottschall. Northern Michigan will recollect in their own zone and throw behind their goal now.
Yeah, they're having a hard time getting out of their own zone.
They really.
There it is again.
Yeah, again, the Cougars are doing a great job on the forecheck. You can just see it right there. Again,
yeah.
This one, it does squeak out, but almost a good opportunity for the Cougars again. Dolly this time turns it around. Dolly skates it up.
2-on-1.
Dolly with a 2-on-1 with Verhaar. Shot, score! Jack Dolly again. That's his second of the period. Michigan bench, but not quite sure what they're asking for. shot wide here from the point. That shot came from Vok. Now this puck comes out of the zone. Vok will dump it right back in. Gottschall behind his net. Makes a good backhand pass to Frank Rhines. Rhines, the interesting pass out in front of his netminder. Now Musgrove taken down. Now we got a chance here. Out in front. No real opportunity. Plays it back to Vok. Vok trying to chip it to the corner. Cougars all over the Wildcat there. Vok throws it to the goal, and a stick save there by Gottschall. Wildcats reset in neutral ice. Dump it in here. Musgrove doesn't let it go deep. Now he chips it out, and he takes a hit. Big hit there from number 20, Jacob Crockford. And Frank Rhines will recollect. Well, again, that puck bounces out in front of Gottschall, but the Cougars recollect it up and throw it up high into Wildcat's side of ice. Now a big hit there by Nathan Young, as my partner pointed out. Good hit by the Cougars' young forward. A good blocker save there by Perigee. Just thrown to the goal. I wasn't really expecting it, I don't believe. Now out in front, and a shot. That one's saved. It's still there. It's loose. And a glove off. Or
Scrum in front.
And some shoving. I can't tell if that is Perigee's glove. My partner mentioned Dawes is on the bottom side of your screen right now, wearing number 2. 2 goals in this game. Ethan Cook will enter the zone, trying to get some offensive pressure here, looking for a setup across the ice pass. Great pass through the slot. Hits that far side. Now back up high into the corner. Now it's for Simon Maxfield on the point. Maxfield throws it to the goal, pad save. Recollected out to the side, and now back down to Maxfield. Maxfield to Dawes, the set play. Now Maxfield, the shot off the glove of a Wildcat out in front. And Maxfield taking down. An opportunity here for Northern Michigan, and it's thrown out. Gottschall out of his...
Kind of lost for that one. The goalie covered it.
Not quite sure. Maybe they just didn't like what was going on there. Not unsure what the refs were doing. Frank Rhines plays it to his partner here, and it's dumped, or not really dumped in, but thrown forward for Ferguson. Ferguson plays it forward for Verhaar. Verhaar makes some work behind the boards. Picked up by Northern Michigan and dumped down the ice. 10 seconds left in the penalty kill for the Wildcats. 1 minute remaining in the second period. This middle frame, 2 goals have been scored for the Cougars. They're going to try to make something happen with the last rush. A shot for a standing Perigee to glove up right in that Wildcat logo. Wildcats wearing a very similar color to the Minnesota North Stars, if you know NHL hockey at all. Green and yellow. Cougars wearing their whites here, their home jerseys, with a good red and black striping. Good hit there by Young, nearest to us. SIUE makes a play. Wildcats trying to get out of this into the center. Can't quite do it. Now it's chipped forward. 30 seconds now on the clock. Cougars battling it in, and a big hit there by Jacob Welch. Tries to throw him into the stanchion. Wildcats carry it across. Now they're in the offensive side. That's Vok behind the goal. Cougars and Wildcats everywhere behind the net. 10 seconds on the clock. They're going to pin it. Now they're going to blow it dead. 6.9 remains on the scoreboard. Score is 3-0 here at East Alton Ice Arena. Shots are 15-14 in favor of the Cougars. SIUE regroups behind their own zone. That was Verhaar skating it up and dumping it in, going out for a change after. Oh, bad giveaway by the defender. Luckily, he gets it back and can regroup. Lots of action here. Again, full barn here at East Alton Ice Arena. Really good showing for this home Cougars crowd as they still lead 3-0. Lejeune will go to chase after it. Wildcats will regroup in their own zone. It's Vok with it. He'll play it around. It's picked up by Maxfield. Brought out in front. Might have went off the trapper of the netminder. And now it escapes the zone. SIUE throwing it across. Here, Lejeune will pick it up. Not really there, but Northern Michigan will capture it and try to direct it towards the net, but it's batted away.
Little breakdown. Maxie lost his stick. Trying
Can't
to go
quite
D to D.
capitalize. Wow, a misplay and then a man down. It was number 11 going down, Roman Zavula. And now Dolly taps it around the boards. And
announcer's giving it to him.
And the PA announcer is all in on it. I love it. That shot goes off a stick and out of play. But, man, you're playing in our barn. You're going to have to deal with our PA announcer. Who thought that would be a hump you'd have to crawl over? Wildcats already struggling as it is on the offensive side of the puck. Now they are battling back on the penalty kill. SIUE with some success with the power play goal earlier in the game. That came within about the first minute and a half of the second period from Jack Dolly on the point. Here's a shot. That one goes. Looks like it might have went off a Wildcat in front. Kruger can't quite corral it, so he'll have to recontrol in neutral ice. Makes a D-to-D pass. Now he's going to probably catch it back here. He will. Kruger settles it and dumps it in. Wildcats slinging around the boards off the foot of a Cougar and all the way back down. Gottschall with some good hands. He's shown them quite a bit tonight. Leaves it off for his partner Musgrove, who will skate it behind the net and now look for a D-to-D pass. Cougar skated up through a neutral ice. Kruger dumps it in, and now he'll go after it as Verhaar and Kruger. He'll give him some support there, help out his buddy. Behind the Wildcats' net. 2 Cougars and 1 Wildcat. Got him pinned down. 53 seconds left on this penalty kill here for the Wildcats. Dolly now, he's dangerous. Dolly manages to find a man, but he can't quite get control. SIUE. Bit of a broken up power play here. Wildcats probably their best penalty kill of the night. Again, this one is cleared down. Gottschall. He's going to step out to play it. Gottschall won't give it anyway. Lejeune diving across the crease there. Or excuse me, across the slot. Now the Cougars will recontrol in their own zone, or excuse me, in the neutral zone. Throwing it down, Perigee will tap it out. But not really many places to go there for Vach. He's kind of twisting and turning, trying to find an exit. Hammers it up off the boards. He'll go for a change. Now a good step up here. Wildcats trying to walk into the offensive zone. It's offside, though. They're going to have to regroup and tag up in order to get back. Cougars take advantage of that. Now they'll strike forward. Power play is over. So we return to 5-on-5 play. No real spectacular opportunities for SIUE. Still offside here. I don't really think number 28, that's Tucker Jeffries. I don't think he really realized it. So they'll call offsides. Looks like since it was an intentional offsides, it'll go all the way back to the Cougar zone, just to the right of Gottschall. Cougars win the draw. We're going to battle in the corner here. Can't quite really get possession. 12 minutes now remaining in the third period.
Oh.
Player goes down, no call. They'll continue to play on. SIUE trying to get out of their own zone. Plays it around to the other side. Let's see if we can go this way. Ooh, a big hit there. Looked like he might have got an elbow a little higher than anticipated on Musgrove.
And they're starting to run around.
Some chaos. A shot. That one's patted away with the chest by Gottschall. And now a hit. Reverse, really. Ooh, and a return slash probably. They let it continue. Wildcats throws it at the linesman, and now the Cougars will regroup in their own zone. Here's Musgrove. Musgrove skates it into the offensive territory. Makes a move, but he can't quite control. Throws it out in front. Here's Verhaar. Verhaar, it's blocked. I believe off the shin pad of Farron. Musgrove, it's tipped up high, controlled by Kruger. Kruger Throws a little too high into the netting. Good idea there. Just shot towards the net, but wide, just to the right of the blocker for Gottschall. Now the Cougars will take it up ice. As sieu throws it to the goal, it's gloved down and held for too long. That'll be a whistle. And a face-off to the right of Perigee. Shots are 24-15 in favor of siue. Just 1 second past the 10-minute mark of this period. Wildcats will win the draw. Now they'll take it behind their own net. Good pressure here by siue, trying to get something to go. Working on possession here. Cougars with a big hit. That one coming from Nathan Young.
Another one.
Another good hit there by Young. Another hit on the far side. That one by 20, number 20, Jacob Welch. siue can't really control it. Now they'll reset their own zone. Lost an edge. That was Young. Oh, a good sidestep there. I believe that's Cook, if I'm not mistaken. Cook gets it to the corner. Now he's going to go off for a change. Good move there by Cook. That was impressive from the young lad.
Oh, a toe drag. Cruzy.
Nice move there, but Perigee will swallow it up, and again, the faceoff will be to his right. It's number 8.
Number 7 with a draw. We play 4 on 4.
So that's Spencer Winnikins in the box for Northern Michigan, and again, I mentioned it, Henning in the box for the Cougars. So 4-on-4 hockey, first time we've seen that this season. Of course, this is the first game. Got to see a lot of special teams action here tonight. I would say the Cougars are dominating on that side of hockey, though, as it shows on the scoreboard with a power play goal and a lack of goals for the Wildcats, while their power plays have been an attempt. This puck will go off the netting, so we'll get a break. 6:52 on the clock here in the third period. 1 minute and 33 seconds and penalty time for each pad there. Hold on to it for another whistle. Again, just 1 second over a minute of 4-on-4 time here. Cougars will skate it out of their own zone. Can't quite get past the defender, and now they'll play it with a battle here right in front of us. siue, puck slides into their end. Lots of hugging on the wall here, trying to figure out who should earn the puck. 50-50 battles. Ooh, bad collision there into the boards. Everyone gets up quick, though. That was Musgrove that went down for siue. Oh, and they score! Wicked shot. That one from Jace Moore. Just a bullet. And he was right up, just off the dot of the right circle of Gottschall. So he really had a clear shot, clear lane. Looked like it may have went blocker side.
Yeah, it went off the right post.
Yeah.
It's a good shot. Probably about 25 feet out.
Number 23,
Tough save to
Jace
make.
Moore, assisted by number 27 and number 34.
Well, that'll ruin the shutout attempt here for Gottschall on a really impressive night. But the score is still 3-1 in favor of siue. 5:40 remaining in this third period. Northern Michigan trying to claw their way back. Keeping an eye on their netminder here. See if they decide to pull and how early they decide to pull. 2 goals down. You never know with coaches these days. A good chance here. That one from Simon Maxfield. Took it up himself, went coast to coast. Cougars battling here. They'll take it behind the net, looking for Maxfield. Maxfield, a good chance, a shot. That one saved. It's probably going high, but Perigee. Now his partner will help him out, and a good chance, and they score. That one goes in. A good individual effort from number 34, Jack Roberts.
Yeah, a couple guys were out there for a long time.
First game of the season. Lots to look forward to, especially if you're the Cougars. Talked about the losses of really notable players at the beginning, or coming out of last year, but really they haven't looked less confident at all in any manner. They've been quite strong with play, big personality. I believe this one is I'm sorry, it may have been called an icing originally. I think they're going to stick with it, actually. Yeah, they will. That is an icing call. Coaching staff of Northern Michigan not quite happy with that, but they will have to deal. The officials line it up.
Yeah, they're trying to get the goalie off.
Yeah, that's one thing if you're going to ice it, and I understand the point there is really it hinders that chance to get the netminder off and get some extra time. SIUE puck is flying into their zone. Dolly will get it. No icing here. Keeping my eye on that netminder. 2 minutes on the regulation time frame. This one bounces a crazy bounce off the stanchion right to Perigee. He'll have to cover it up. And again, not going to be able to get their netminder off. Can't get that extra attack. Puck is dropped. Cougars win the draw. Welch can't really get control over it, so the Wildcats will regroup in their own end, making a D-to-D pass and flipping it high. No icing here. Waved off. Played around the boards. Now a battle in the corner. Wildcats throw it to the goal. It might have went off a pad or a player in front. Couldn't quite tell. SIU will throw it down for an icing.